Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry, it's kind of been a little while. I've had some other, life things to deal with, but stuff happens. Today we're going to be doing some album reviews. I've been meaning to do more of these. They're kind of fun to do, and I've kind of been slacking quite a bit. So on this one, this particular video, I'm just going to go over some of the albums I've listened to over the past like month and a half, 3 months almost. I've only got 9 here to talk about. I don't want to get too in depth with everything, so I'll probably be fairly quick about these reviews. So yeah, let's hop right into this. The first one I'm going to talk about is "Let's Start Here" by Lil Yachty. This was released on January 27th, towards the beginning of the year. I'm not too familiar with Mr. Yachty's work, to be honest with you, but I had heard this one was a bit different than usual, a lot more psychedelic rock inspired. So I decided to check it out, and yeah, this album is tight. Can't say I'm the biggest fan of his voice necessarily, but dude, this album sounds fantastic. The production is great. Yeah, the only downside necessarily is his voice. It's not even that bad for most of it. You get used to it. If you're not used to that kind of singing necessarily, I did get used to it, but it did kind of drop back a little bit. Yeah, I'd probably put this album at like a solid 7.5 out of 10. My favorite track on that one was probably "Running Out of Time," but a lot of the tracks on that album are pretty dope. Next up, I want to talk about the album "Love in the Void" by Hammock. If you're familiar with Hammock at all, they're primarily a ambient instrumental outfit. And this is just yet another beautiful album done by these two artists. Definitely recommend listening to this one if you're just kind of wanting some, just nice calming background noise. But it also does get pretty intense at moments. Maybe not intense, maybe that's not the right word for it, but fairly emotional, I guess you could say. Yeah, another great release by this band. I'd say my favorite song on this one, I mean, they're all pretty good. If I had to pick, I remember really liking "God's Becoming Memories." That one was pretty good. But the whole thing is pretty solid. And I'd probably give this a good 8 out of 10. So the next one I want to talk about is "This Is Why" by Paramore. It's been 5 years since After Laughter came out. And I'll be honest, I'm not like the most well versed in their discography, besides Riot and what's it, Brand New Eyes. I only heard a few songs from their self-titled and from After Laughter. I didn't listen to those entire albums, so I can't really compare a whole lot to those two. But this new one, "This Is Why," I don't know, it's not bad, but I don't think it's anything incredible or genre breaking. It's got some decent tracks on it, mainly the title track, and I remember liking them the last two songs, "Crave" and "Thick Skull." The other tracks, they're fine. They're not like bad by any means. I don't know. They didn't really do a whole lot for me. I probably end up giving this album a 6 out of 10. Next up, I want to talk about "Pollen" by Tennis. It's the I believe 6th album by this band. Came out on February 10th of this last year. And it's just more indie pop goodness. You gotta love indie pop goodness, man. A little bit of lo-fi vibes in there. It's a vibe, man. This kind of music that just kind of gets you in that mood, gets you in a good mood. My favorite tracks on that were probably "Let's Make a Mistake Tonight" was good. "Pollen Song" was good. I like "Gibraltar." They're all really good songs, but those were the ones that probably stood out a little bit more. Overall, I'd probably give this one, it was really good, so probably like a 8.5 out of 10. Next up, we're going to talk about "Cracker Island" by Gorillaz. Again, I'm not like really well versed in his previous discographies. I've listened to, random tracks here and there throughout the past. I definitely listened to all of, the debut album, the self-titled Gorillaz album. I listened to, Demon Days, of course, Plastic Beach. But, besides those, I didn't listen to a whole lot of Gorillaz. Let's see what else there was. Humans, the Now Now. I listened to some songs off of Song Machine, Season 1. Just some, not a whole lot. But I decided to give this new one a listen to. I gotta say, it's not bad. It's got good production, of course. Tons of features, as usual. But I don't know, yeah, it's still just nothing really popped out as being fantastic or amazing. I liked the title track, Cracker Island, mainly because, it's Thundercat, so not much bad to say about that one. New Gold was good, but it's also because, Tame Impala is part of that one. I think I did like Baby Queen, and Tarantula was pretty decent. And then Skinny Ape was a fun one. But like I said, it's not a terrible album by any means, but it's also just not anything amazing, I wouldn't say. I'd probably give it a 6.5 out of 10. So next up, I have the album Strange Dance by Philip Selway. This is the third album by the Radiohead drummer Philip Selway, and I would have to say it's definitely his best work, for sure. The instrumentation and the orchestral arrangements on this are absolutely beautiful. Just so well done on every track. My only drawback is I don't think he has the most amazing singing voice. It's not bad by any means at all. It's a lot better than mine. But kind of does take away a little bit from the music itself. And not to mention some of his lyrics are just a little but still not bad enough to really make this a bad listen at all. It's still a very pleasant listen. Highly recommend it. I'll probably give this one a good 9 out of 10. The next one I want to talk about is the album Strawberry by Caroline Loveglow. I did not hear about this artist until the day this album came out. I think it popped up on Facebook or something. I heard a little snippet of one of the songs. I was just like, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, first track, Patience, etc. Ooh, it's catchy. Ooh, it's a good track. Great singing voice, good lyrics. It's not a very long album at all. It's only 8 songs, about 25 minutes. But it's good stuff. It's all very catchy. Sounds great. I guess she does all the production on her own, which makes it, of course, even more impressive. Definitely recommend it. I'd probably give it a good 7 out of 10. And now we have got the self-titled album by Mo Lauda and The Humble. I think I first discovered these guys back in like 2016, I want to say, around that time when their song The Way Home just kind of popped up on one of my Spotify playlists, and I just instantly was like, yes, these guys have got it. This is their 4th album, following up 2020's Ready Coat, an album which I also just love to death. On first listen, I wasn't really sure if it was as good as Ready Coat. Definitely a lot of good tracks on it, but Ready Coat, it was one of those 2020 albums that just, kind of sticks with you, because that was a rough year for everyone, of course, and the music that came out that year is always going to be very special. And the Ready Coat was one of them. But this one, it really grew on me. And who doesn't love just good indie rock? Again, it grew on me a lot. It's probably on par with the rest of their albums. Honestly, I probably couldn't say anything bad about it. Dude's voice is great. Instrumentation is great. Production is really good. Favorite tracks on this? Let's see. Restive was really good. Beach Town, all good fun. Kaya, Coast is Waiting. Shenandoah, Dog at the... Man, they're all really good. I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite, but they're all really good songs. Definitely recommend this album to you. I will give this one let's go 8.5 out of 10. And the last one I wanted to touch on was The Valley of Vision by Manchester Orchestra. While this isn't necessarily an album, it's more of a 6-song EP, I still want to talk about it because, holy crap, these guys. It's such a departure from their usual sound, but my god, it sounds so good. Just tears at the soul sometimes with what Andy Hull is singing rather. It's so different from the rest of their discography. It's so different. It's a lot more subdued, a lot more laid back, but it still has those really big, epic moments at parts. And it's crazy how different it sounds, but it still fits in very well with what's an amazing discography by this band. They're all really good songs. My standouts were probably Capital Karma. The Way, Quietly was really good. Letting Go kind of reminded me of a Sufjan Stevens song, so that was pretty dope. The Closer Rear View was really good. Lose You Again. Man, they're all really good. They're fantastic. Highly recommend it. It's only 25 minutes long, but still so much raw emotion went into this EP. Makes me excited too, because they said, or they alluded to the fact that this was a palate cleanser for what's to come next. Kind of hinting at their next project being kind of going more back to their more rocky roots. I'm going to give this EP a 9.5 out of 10. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching this one. That's all I got for now. I'll be hopefully doing some more album reviews soon. I'd rather not do them like this in this format, but if it works out, it works out. I do plan on doing a couple here pretty soon, so keep an eye out for those. In the comments, let me know if you heard any of these albums or EP. Let me know what you thought about them, or maybe what you think I should listen to next. Don't forget to give a like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.